Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya yadu-rājaṁ Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Kṛṣṇa 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Kṛṣṇa 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Kṛṣṇa Jaya Prabhupada 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 Nitai go Haribo 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 Nitai go Haribo Jayo Vishnupa Paramahansa Parīkṣit Acharya Sutta Srimad is Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayo Vishnupa Paramahansa Parīkṣit Acharya Sutta Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki His co-founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Grantharashma Bhagavatam Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nitai Gopi Manandi Jai Hare Krishna Narayana Namaskritya Narayana Narottamam Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Viraye Nasta Prayeswa Bhadresu Nijam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastiki Vede Ramani Jaiva Purano Bharati Tata Hado Vadya Chamadecha Hari Savata Giyate Mukam Karati Bhajalam Vango Langate Gri Yakipataham Vande Sri Guru Dinatarine Paramananda Madhava Dhamma Prajita Kadavota Paramoni Masam Satam Vedam Vastabam Vatapastu Shivadam Tapatayamonanam Shima Bhagavate Mahamuni Kitanki Vai Para Ishwara Shadi Oridi Avriti Trakat Vita Kṛṣṇam Nirgamayyā Kapata Lugalitam Phalam Sukamukan Rasamjitam Pibatam Bhagavatam Rasamalaya Mahurav Rasika Bhuvibapuka Yashava Shramanayan Kṛṣṇa Parama Purushe Bhakti Uttapadevam Sasukamoha Bhayapaha Atoyam Brahmasūtānam Bharatata Vinīnaya Gayati Bhaja Ruposha Vidata Paribhimita saviditiya sānam saram saram paribhimita savavidantam saram hi sri bhaktam ishyate tarashamita syati tasya nayatasya rachikoti Kṛṣṇa ya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nanda gopa kumaraya govindaya namo namah vasudeva sūtan devan kaṅsā-ca-nuramadhanam devaki paramananda Kṛṣṇa bande jagaguru namo vishnupadaya Kṛṣṇa pistaya bhutale Srimate bhakti vedanta swamiti namine Namaste Saraswati Devan Gauravani Pracharine Nimbisesa Sunyavadi Pashacha Desatarine Vanchaka Patarubhyascha Kripa Sindhivayevacha Patitanam Pavanabhebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Kṛṣṇa 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are continuing the reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 71. Today we're going to start reading from text 14 onwards, because the majority of the texts in this 10th canto do not have purports. So we just reading and then add some other purports from the Acharya's commentaries. So I will look a little bit on them. So the text there on the board, so we can all repeat together. Tato radha dipa basa sadi naya kai karalaya Paripavrita Atma Senaya Midanga Beri Anaka Sanka Gomukai Pragosa Gosita Kokubo Nirakramat Tatora Tadvipa Bata Sadi Naya Kai Kralaya Parivitatma Senaya Midanga Beri Anakasanka Gomukai Pragosa Gosita Kokubo Nirakramat Tatura Tadipa Bhata Sadinaya Kai Karalaya Parivrita Atma Senaya Midanga Beri Anaka Sanka Gomukai Pragosa Gosita Kokubo Nirakramat. Can please chant. Ladies, okay, ladies. Any ladies want a chance? Matajis? Tata, then Ratha of his chariots, Dwipa, elephants, Bhatta, infantry, Sadi, and cavalry, Nayakai, with leaders, Karalaya, fearsome, Parivritaha, surrounded, Atma, persona, Senaya, by his army, Midanga, by Midanga drums, Beri horns, Anaka, kettle drums, Shankar, conch shells, Gomukai, and Gomukha horns, Pragosha, by the resounding, Goshita, filled with vibrations, Kakubaha, all directions, Nirakramat, he went out. Translation by the servant of Srila Prabhupada, BBT. As the vibrations resounding from mridangas, berries, kettle drums, conch shells, and gomukhas filled the sky in all directions, Lord Kṛṣṇa set out on his journey. He was accompanied by the chief officers of his corps of chariots, elephants, infantry, and cavalry, and surrounded on all sides by his fierce personal guard. So Lord Kṛṣṇa, after the advice from Uddhava, decided to at once go to Indraprastha, So Indraprastha was the capital of the Pandavas. You have the Hastinapur, and then you have the Indraprastha. Presently in Hastinapur, it's in the Meerut area, Hastinapur. And Indraprastha is Delhi. So we are close to Indraprastha. Are we close? Which is closer, Meerut or Delhi? So we are close to Indraprastha. So and of course, initially when the Duryodhana, he refused to give any land to the Pandavas. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he refused. And then, for some reason, then he agreed, okay, he wants to give them one piece of land. And that piece of land was supposed to be a useless land. We had nothing grows. It's like a desert. It's supposed to be useless. So it's okay, I'll give the Pandavas this land. So the Pandavas, of course, accepted it, but guess what? Kṛṣṇa is always with the Pandavas. The land, which was supposed to be useless, becomes the most, fertile land. Because Lord Kṛṣṇa himself came, called upon Vishwakarma, and then the city of Indraprastha was built. So now, Yudhishthira Maharaj became the king of the city, and for any kingdom, so the king must always have to perform a sacrifice. Normally, whenever a king assumes the throne, he has to perform a sacrifice. In this case, and the most prominent sacrifice is this Rajasuya. So Narada Muni, he came to Dwarka, met Lord Kṛṣṇa, said that Yudhishthira Maharaj needs to perform Rajasuya sacrifice. While at the same time, a messenger came from the kings who were imprisoned by Jarasandha. There are like more than 20,000 kings who had been imprisoned by Jarasandha. Jarasandha was a friend of Kamsa. So these kings, they sent a messenger to Lord Kṛṣṇa in Dwarka to please come and rescue them. So these two messages simultaneously, this message came, and at the same time, Narada Muni also came from Indraprastha, that yes, the Pandavas need to perform this sacrifice, Rajasuya sacrifice. Now, normally, when they perform Rajasuya sacrifice, it's usually for their own enhancement. It's for their own enhancement, and especially this kind of sacrifice, you have a good situation in this life, and also you also get to enjoy in the heavenly planet. But that was not the motivation of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Because Yudhishthira Maharaj was a very, very dear devotee of Lord Kṛṣṇa. His only motivation is simply Kṛṣṇa. He has no other purpose than to be with Kṛṣṇa, to serve Lord Kṛṣṇa. That is his only purpose in life. So, because the Pandavas, they have not seen Kṛṣṇa for a long period of time. The Lord is in Dwarka, and they are there in the Prastha. So they desire so much that Lord Kṛṣṇa should come. So this Rajasuya sacrifice was actually a ploy by which the presence of Lord Kṛṣṇa could be sought, could be established. And most significantly, to propound the glories of the Lord. To establish the glories of the Lord was the main purpose of Rajasuya sacrifice, not for the king, for his own enhancement in life. That's not the purpose. So Narada Muni came, and he came, and also the messenger came from the king. So now, in order to find out which one should Lord Kṛṣṇa attend first, should he go to Indraprastha first to attend the Rajasuya sacrifice, or go attend to this king, go and confront Jarasandha? So Uddhava was asked to give advice. After all, Uddhava is a very, very dear devotee of the Lord. Uddhava was, the minister, the advisor on in everything to Lord Kṛṣṇa. Lord Kṛṣṇa himself said that, oh, my dear Uddhava, nobody is as dear to me as you. Not even my wife, my brother, even myself. No one is as dear to me as you, my dear Uddhava. Because Uddhava was one of the topmost devotees of Lord Kṛṣṇa. So Uddhava was asked for advice, to give advice on what to be done. So Uddhava then spoke. So the first 10 verses of this chapter is about Uddhava speaking about what should be done. Because the Lord himself, he wants to go to Indraprastha, he wants to go to attend to Rajasuya sacrifice, and also his desire is also to see to the deliverance of the king who had been imprisoned by Jarasandha. Jarasandha was a very big demon, very tough fighter, was a very, very, very powerful person. Jarasandha was said to have the strength of 10,000 elephants. Just imagine. To have one person, to have the strength of 10,000 elephants, just imagine. I don't think any of us here have the strength of even one person. I mean, one elephant. But 10,000 elephants, Jarasandha has. And not just that, he has 100 Aksauni divisions of soldiers. He has a very powerful army. So which means in confronting Jarasandha it's not going to be easy. Himself, a very powerful person, and then his army is like undefeatable army. 100 Aksauni divisions of army, big army. However, the Yadavas, they were actually desiring to go and confront Jarasandha. So the Yadavas, they feel that they can actually defeat Jarasandha army. But this was not the desire of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Lord Kṛṣṇa wanted Jarasandha to be killed. But how is this to be accomplished? So Uddhava came. So Uddhava now is giving his advice that going to Indraprastha is very, very important for the Lord to go there to attend the Rajasuya sacrifice. At the same time, killing Jarasandha is also very, very important, very, very significant. Now, it so happened that in those days, for a successful sacrifice, the king must defeat all directions in order to perform. So which means every other empires, every other kingdom, they must accept the supremacy of the particular king who is performing this sacrifice, the empire. So which means the king, he has to send his messengers to all directions and conquer everyone. And conquer all the kingdoms. All the kingdoms must be ready to accept the supremacy of the empire, or they should be ready to fight. But Jarasandha was not just an ordinary king. He was a very, very powerful person. To defeat him will be impossible to defeat him. And without the defeat of Jarasandha, this sacrifice cannot take place. So, knowing this very well, so whatever was advising that the Lord should accomplish both together, attend the sacrifice, at the same time, kill Jarasandha. Now, how is this to be accomplished? The killing of Jarasandha. Because Jarasandha was somebody who was joined together by Jara, the demoniacs. When he was born into two parts. The story is there. Anyway, he was born in two parts, and the king threw the baby who was born in two parts away, and then the Jara came, who was a witch. He was looking for something to eat, and she saw these two infants that had been thrown in the forest. So she picked them up. She picked these two parts of her. She was thinking that she was going to eat, but out of curiosity, she put them together. But as she put them together, became a baby, became unified. So and then she took that to the king. So he was named Jarasandha. Jara is the name of the witch, the demoness, and Sandha means together, joined together. So Jarasandha was put together that way. So the only way to kill Jarasandha is by splitting him in half. That's the only way to kill him. But who can do that? So only Bhima can do that. Because Bhima, he also has the strength of 10,000 elephants. Bhima is very, very powerful. Actually, in those days, so many personalities, they do have the strength of 10,000 elephants, actually. Many personalities. Even Kamsa, he also had the same strength of 10,000 elephants. Kamsa. And that's why he was able to defeat all the demons. Actually, all the demons that he sent to Vrindavan to fight with Lord Kṛṣṇa, Kamsa, he had defeated all of them first. And then they all became his servant. So they all became his servant. So many persons, they have the strength of 10,000 elephants in those days. Kamsa, Bhima, even Dhritarashtra, he also have the same strength of 10,000 elephants. Many persons, they have the strength of 10,000 elephants. But it's not too practical in this age of Kali. So only Bhima could really fight and kill Jarasandha. I could do that only with the assistance of Lord Kṛṣṇa, because Lord Kṛṣṇa knows the birth of Jarasandha, and Lord Kṛṣṇa knows how Jarasandha could be killed. So in this way, the Lord, he decided to go to Indraprastha, and while at Indraprastha, he will go to, along with Bhima, he will go to the kingdom of Magadha, which is the kingdom of Jarasandha. And then as we're going to read in the next chapter, whereby Lord Kṛṣṇa, Bhima, and Arjuna, so they went to the palace of Jarasandha. And because Jarasandha, because they went to his palace not as a Kshatriya to declare war against him, because if they are to declare war against Jarasandha, then they have to face his 100 actually, divisions of soldiers. So it's not practical. So the Lord was not interested in killing his soldiers. The Lord was only interested in killing him only. So the way they could do that is by going to Jarasandha and asking for charity. They asked him for charity, and they did this in the dress of a Brahmana. In those days, because Brahmanic culture is so strong, even the demons, they observe Brahminical culture, even the demons. When they say Brahmana, they became referential. Just like Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, he had defeated all the demigods. He kicked them out of their palace in the heaven. And the demigods, they had asked Lord Vishnu to come and save them. So Lord Vishnu, he came in the form of a Brahman, Vamandev. He came in the form of a Brahman, and then he went to Bali Maharaj to beg him for 3 pieces of land. So the Brahmanas, they are so venerable, they are so worshipable that, they become the object of worship for anyone. Anyone asks them for anything, the demons will not refuse. So when Kṛṣṇa, Arjuna and Bhima, when they went to Jarasandha, that we want to ask you for a charity. So Jarasandha said, whatever you want, I will give you. Whatever you want, I will give you. And they asked that, we want to fight with you. That's the charity we are looking for. So, and Jarasandha replied, yes, I already know that. I know who you are. I know that you are Kṛṣṇa, and this is Arjuna, and this is Bhima. But you have come to me in the dress of a Brahmana, so therefore I cannot refuse you. I cannot be your enemy. So therefore, I'm ready to accept your request. And then Jarasandha, he decided to fight with Bhima. So that story we're going to come to know in the next chapter. Now, as a continuation of this narration, whereby Uddhava, he had advised that the Lord should go attend to the registration sacrifice, and at the same time see to the deliverance of the kings who had been imprisoned by Jarasandha. So the Lord now prepared himself. The Lord is now going to the Indraprastha. So much preparation was done, the chariots. And the Lord was going to go there with all his, not just himself, his wives also going. Only Lord Balarāma, of course, was not going. So Lord Balarāma stayed behind. The Ugrasena Maharaj stayed behind. They all stayed behind Dwaka. Only Lord Kṛṣṇa went along with his queens. Actually, Lord Kṛṣṇa got this advice of going to deal with Jarasandha alone was not pleasing to the heroes of Dwaka, like Aniruddha. They actually wanted to confront the Jarasandha, but the Lord followed the advice of Uddhava, because Uddhava is his very, very dear advisor. So now we have read the first verse, how in the going, there's so much vibrations of mridangas, berries, kettle drum, conch shells, all different instruments, feeling all the directions and all that. So Lord Kṛṣṇa now set out on his journey. So text number 15. Hare Krishna? Text 15. Okay. Nebhaji kanchana sudikaya chutam sahatma jaya patihano subratayayu baram barano vilipana saja sasamrita nidiyasi chama panebi. Translation. Lord Achyuta's faithful wives, along with their children, followed the Lord on golden palanquins, carried by powerful men. The queens were adorned with fine clothing, ornaments, and fragrant oils and flower garlands, and they were surrounded on all sides by soldiers carrying swords and shields in their hands. Little purport. According to Sridhar Swami, the word Bhaji indicates that some of Lord Krishna's coins were transported by horse-drawn conveyances. So this Lord Krishna was taking all his wife with him, and they all carrying on palanquins and everything. So the palanquins, the coins, they were in palanquins, they were drawn by men on horses in palanquins. And then Jiva Goswami, he had said, the women were inside the palanquins, but are mentioned separately in order to describe them. Kṛṣṇa was firmly situated at Achyuta in front of all of them. The women were completely surrounded by the soldiers with no gaps, but nicely positioned at a distance so they did not feel crowded. Nibaji Kanchana Sikabich can also mean with palanquins carried by men who walk quickly like horses. So many strong men, soldiers, infantrymen, they all accompany the Lord in this journey. Text number 16. Naro sago maisa karasavatariana kare nubi parijana vara yosita salankita kata kuti kambalam badya diu paskara ya yuade yuda sabataha. On all sides proceeded finely adorned women, attendants of the royal household as well as courtesans. They rode on palanquins and camels, bulls and buffalo, donkeys, mules, bullock carts, and elephants. Their conveyances were fully loaded with grass tents, blankets, clothes, and other items for the trip. Purport. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti explains that the household attendants mentioned here included washerwomen and other helpers. So it's a very big yatra, very big yatra. It was not a small yatra. And kind of interesting here that also followed by courtesans. So courtesans, they're like prostitutes, you know. So courtesans are there, they also followed. Apparently, because there's so many infantrymen and so many servants who are all accompany the Lord to Indraprastha. So therefore, the necessity of all kinds of people is required, which include the courtesans. And of course, we should not, it's a different kind of courtesans. Courtesans can also mean the dancers, those who dance. Not necessarily our idea of prostitute nowadays. Courtesans mean the society women who simply perform dances and all that, singing and all that. That's what courtesans is implying here. So all these various personalities, various itineraries, they all accompany the Lord to Indraprastha. So which means it's a very festive atmosphere. Playing of drums, midangas, conch shells, all kind of things going. So which means from Dwarka to Indraprastha. So it's going to be very wonderful journey. So now, today, is also the disappearance of Lochandas Thakur. So I will speak something on Lochandas Thakur. Today is his disappearance day. So Lochandas Thakur, he was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Now himself, he did not directly take part in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Prabhu. Lochandas, said to be, he was a disciple of one of the intimate associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Naraka Sakataku. Naraka Sakataku was one of the intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chandas, he was his disciple. It was mentioned that he was born in 1523 in Burdwan district. This is in Bengal. So obviously he was Bengali. So he was born there, and so which means he mentioned that his home is situated near one river called Ajaya River. I don't know where that is. So he was born in the month of Piyush, waxing moon in Praush. He was born in the family of a physician family. They were Ayurvedic musicians. He was born in that family, but himself he did not practice medicine. But he was born in the family of physicians. And but right from his childhood, he displayed intense devotion to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right from his childhood, and even though it was said that he married very early. He married very, very early, but even though he married very, very early, he was always in the mode of renunciation, detachment. He did not. He was not attached. He was not attached to married life. So he was not attached to married life. So which make his parents to be worried about him, because he was always very indifferent to married life. Normally, any devotees who has become infected with the touch of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then this is what they become. They become indifferent to any situation in this material world. Just like from the moment Raghunadas Goswami met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from that moment on, nothing become significance for him anymore in this material world. Even the Raghunadas Goswami, he was surrounded by so much wealth. So much wealth he was surrounded with. He was mentioning that his wealth was almost as equal to Indradev. He was very, very wealthy. And also his wife was as beautiful as Sachi, the wife of Lord Indra, so beautiful. But even though so much wealth, very beautiful wife, still he was not attracted. He was always aspiring when he would go and be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was always aspiring, So Lochandas Thakur was like that. He was the least interested in any form of materialistic life. So ultimately, he went to, I think he came to Vrindavan, and then from there, he was in the Association of Devotees. Now, the topic of his life was kind of very briefly written, not so much, but the most significant contribution of Lochandas Thakur was his writing. He wrote the famous Sri Chaitanya Mangal. Chaitanya Mangal was one of the foremost biography of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we have Chaitanya Bhagavat, we have Kadacha of Murari Gupta, who was the first biography of Lord Chaitanya. Was the first biography of Lord Chaitanya was Murari Gupta. He actually called it Chaitanya Charitamrita Mahavakya. And this was written in Sanskrit. And then later on, the Chaitanya Charitamrita was written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Now, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Lochandas Thakur, they were both contemporaries. So, taking inspiration from Murari Gupta, writing of Chaitanya Kadacharya, the diaries by Murari Gupta, because Murari Gupta, he was there. He was there during all Mahaprabhu's childhood lila in Navadvip. So Murari Gupta was there. So he was able to write, all the diaries, everything. Now, so Lochandas Thakur, he got the inspiration from the writings of Murari Gupta. So he got the inspiration. And then he also got access to the diaries of Sarup Damodara. He got access to the diary. So he also got access to that. And then from that, based on that information from the Murari Gupta's Kadacharya diaries, and also the diaries of Sarup Damodara, so he wrote Sri Chaitanya Mangal. Now, Chaitanya Bhagavat, it was written before Chaitanya Mangal. It was written before that. But, however, when Lochandas Thakur, when he wrote this Chaitanya Mangal, he also, so it was said that it was decided among the Vaishnavas to change the title, the original title of Chaitanya Bhagavat to the original title was actually Chaitanya Mangal. That's the original title of Vrindavan Das Thakur's writing. But it was changed to Chaitanya Bhagavat. Why? Because Vrindavan Das Thakur, he was known to be Vedavyas. He was known to be Vyas of Chaitanya Lila. So therefore, the name was changed from Chaitanya Mangal to Chaitanya Bhagavat. Now, what's the difference between all these biographies? What happened is that whatever was mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat, whatever was left out, which were not mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat, this was put in Chaitanya Mangal by Lochandas Thakur. And especially when Mahaprabhu was about to take sannyas. So when Mahaprabhu was about to take sannyas, so at that time, Vishnupriya, who was the Lord's wife, Vishnupriya, she had gone to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that I've heard that you are taking sannyas. You're going to become a sannyasi. If you do this, then I'm going to kill myself if you do this. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then preached to Vishnupriya. He preached to her about the nature of this material world, about how about the reality, about the supreme reality. So when Mahaprabhu then preached to Vishnupriya about the supreme reality, and then Vishnupriya was pacified. But this instruction was there in the Chaitanya Mangal. You will not find this in Chaitanya Bhagavat. You will not find this. Nor can you find it in Chaitanya Charitamrita. In Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita, just mentioned that Mahaprabhu decided to take sannyas, and all the person who knows about the sannyas was Lord Nityananda, Advaitacharya, Srivastacharya, and then Madhvasaji. Others didn't know. But however, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it was mentioned how there was extensive consultation among many personalities, including Vishnupriya, about the Lord's desire to take sannyas. And then also, now, there is another Chaitanya Mangal. This was written by one Jayananda Das. It's called Chaitanya Mangal. But this Chaitanya Mangal is not really approved by the Vaishnavas because it contains so many, fallacies. The Chitamanga, so it's not really acceptable by the Vaishnavas. The Chitamanga by one Jananda, but the Chitamanga of Lochanda Thakur was very, very much accepted by the devotees. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta also published Chitamanga of Lochanda Thakur. Now we know that Lochandas, he not only did he write Chitamanga, he also composed so many songs. He composed like Paramakaruna, Payadujanitai Guru Chanda, Savyavata Sadashiramani Kevalana the country. He composed so many wonderful songs. Srila Prabhupada was very, very fond of singing the songs of Lochanda Thakur. And some of these songs, like which glorify Lord Nityananda Prabhu. He wrote many songs glorifying Lord Nityananda. Nitai Gunamani Amani Nitai, like Lord Nitai is like a jewel, it's a precious jewel. That song is there. And then he wrote Akoda Paramanda Nityananda Ram. Akoda Paramanda Nityananda Ram. So that's also written by Lochanda Thakur, whereby he mentioned that Lord Nityananda never get angry. Of course, Paramakuruna, of course, by Dvijana. Then there are many songs, many writings, which are also written by him. So today is very, very special day on the days of the Vaishnava disappearance or appearance. We always do Vaishnava Jivan, the remembrance of all the great Vaishnavas. And by such remembrance, we get benefited. We get immense benefit by such remembrance of great Vaishnavas who have appeared or disappeared, whatever. We get great benefit in that. Actually, it increases our bhakti just by remembering the activities of those great devotees. So, Lochanda Thakur ki. So, Hare Krishna. If there's any comments or question, like to say something? Hare Krishna. So, thank you very much for attending. Grantharashma Bhagavatam ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Gopi Menande. Hare Krishna.